And welcome to Photoshop DES 152 for Pennsylvania College Art and Design. In this class, we're going to be talking about pixel-based imagery and using Photoshop as a tool for the darkroom and also as a tool for creation, which we'll get into using art brushes and animation, working with video. Photoshop does a lot more than you think. So in the basics of what we're going to go over, we're going to do pixel-based imagery, resolution, what that is, because if you don't create something at the right resolution, a lot of times you don't end up with something you can really reproduce after you put all this work into it. Color builds, how they work between light and print and these other variations between, primarily RGB and CMYK, but also some other variations. We'll go into all the tools and the palettes that work with them and the options bar across the top. Color correction. So for the photographer, when you shoot something, it's only part way there. Photoshop is your darkroom. It allows you to do all the things that you want to do to increase the quality of an image, the color saturation, the color cast, all these kinds of things. And beyond that, if you want to create composites, if you want to get into working with layers, making things that are surreal, getting into true illustration, we're going to get into that. And then for those who want to use Photoshop as a painting tool, someone who wants to create things that'll be done with a Wacom tablet or some other various tools that you might want to use like that, and then use it as a finishing tool. Then we get to animation. You can shoot video, you can edit video, you can add components to it, graphics, or you can create keyframe or timeline based animation as well. And this works, for GIFs, if you've worked with GIFs, as you call them. And then you get into a web output, which is all these different ideas for web optimization that you want to make sure that you get the best quality with the least amount of size. We have tools for that too. So Photoshop covers all sorts of things, and that's just touching on the basics. It can go way further than that. It can get into 3 dimensions. It can get into all sorts of output options and then really deep into production control, spot elements and channels. And it's a rabbit hole. And what I want to do is introduce you to the beginning of the rabbit hole and then show you just a glimpse and get into the details of what you can really do with this tool. So welcome to the class, and I look forward to working with all of you, and let us begin.